How's it going, guys? The real Sherif M here, aka Manganese Steel, and I wanted to start by doing a new series around knife design and start a discussion about what I think makes good knife design and garbage knife design. So I thought I would start this little series here with one of my personal Grail production knives, and this is the Lanny's clip by Enrique Pena. Little bit of backstory here about the design or the origin of the knife. This knife is a throwback, maybe you could say, to a traditional knife pattern, a slip joint pattern by the name of the Lanny's clip, which I have right here. This is one done by HSK Machine Works and is really, really beautifully executed. Some of the things that are signature to the Lanny's clip is a clip point blade, a nice generous blade length, a nice neutral handle, which has a bit of a curve towards the back of the knife, and if you're lucky, it has a bit of bolstering, which I am partial to if you guys know me and my tastes. So why did this knife become one of my grails? Well, a little bit of a backstory to this is that I was in San Francisco and I was at Weeby Knives, owned by the awesome Derek, and I was looking through their glass cabinets and I happened to see this thing there years ago. And before I really had collected kind of any knives, and I asked them to pull this out of the cabinet, and I marveled at it. All of the subtle details, the feel in the hand, all of that. And then I looked at the price tag and saw that it was about $300. And I said, oh my God, there's no way that I'm going to be able to afford this or justify this. And lo and behold, years later, here it is. So what really attracted me to this design was its just beautiful clip point blade. It has a recurve. It's compound ground with a hollow and a reinforced tip, which if you guys know about clip points, they tend to get a little bit thin at the tip, just of the nature of the knife. But this one, Enrique chose to be reinforced, which I absolutely love because it ensures that you have a nice strong tip if you need to stab into packages and open things like that, which I tend to do quite a bit in my day-to-day use. He then, gave it this nice gentle recurve, which provides beautiful belly for, any sort of detailed cutting, nice curvature here in the clip point that is very ergonomic. You can really rest your finger and get some fine detail work going with your blade here, and then provided you with a nice fuller, which is, in my opinion, a sort of callback to the slip joints. The really nice aspect to the fuller is while this knife is a flipper and has really nice action, you can reverse flick it using that fuller. It's just deep enough so that you can get the meat of your middle finger in there and kick it open, which I thought was genius execution. Going on down the knife, you have a bolster section here, which again is a callback to the Lanny's clips. And you have a nice neutral handle shape with a very simple curve that, when in hand, really reinforces your grip and gives you an excellent purchase on this knife. And this is something that you'll see me harp on in this series, is that proper neutral, handle shape design is the key to good ergonomics, not these lumps and bumps and weird flat sections that you'll see on a lot of different knives. This is true ergonomics. This is a real tool that will fit any and everybody's hands. Going on through the details, you have this nice little chamfered section here. The scales are contoured, titanium backspacer, which has a bit of texturing here, which gives you nice grip and control in case you ever need to use the ice pick grip, and really nestles the knife into your hand. This is actually something that you can use for a bit of harder tasks without any concern. It can slice, it can pierce, and it feels really, really nice in the grip. As you can see on the back side, it is bolstered, which I'm partial to, but it's done in such a way that this little flat edge here doesn't generate any hot spots, which I think is phenomenal and is rarely considered by a lot of knife designers. The pocket clip is beautifully done with a single screw and is broad enough, not like super narrow, so that there is absolutely no opportunity for any hot spots in the hand. Overall, if there's any part of this knife that I may critique or criticize, is just the lanyard hole. I think if it didn't have the lanyard hole, it would just be so clean, so minimal, so well executed. And if you guys really want to know where a lot of the inspiration for the Grazioso kind of originates from, it's this guy. It really is. With the Grazioso, I wanted to combine so many elements of what I have come to love about modern production knives into my design. And you can see some key similarities here. You have a nice recurve, you have a nice flat section here, even though it's not a clip point. The idea of being able to get that tip control, with good ergonomics. You have a bolster lock here, and I actually angled this back so it doesn't generate any hot spots on that edge, and a nice sort of broad pocket clip so that it can really nestle in the hand and you never even feel it. So a lot of what I learned for what it takes to make a really nice knife came from the example of Enrique Pena and this Lanny's clip in particular. So a little bit more about this particular knife. This is part of the Pena X series. That is his mass production series of knives, and this was made in conjunction with Riot. So this is kind of older school Riot, which is why you see these sort of bronze tone hardware. According to, I believe it was Nick Shabazz, these can be a little bit on the softer side. I've personally never had a reason to disassemble this knife. It is very easy to clean, very easy to, drop a little bit of KPL right there through the edge and keep this guy going. Runs on bearings, Riot construction. Overall, just a phenomenal knife, and absolutely one of my favorites of all time. If I ever had to clear out my collection, this is one that would absolutely stay. Owning it means the world to me, and it is such a significant piece in my collection because it's really where my story began, if nothing else. And it is still to me a wonderful example of really, really well done mass production knife design. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any opinions on this particular design or Lanny's clips in general, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're curious about some of the knives in this, again, this is the Lanny's clip by HSK Machine Works. I also believe this is manufactured by Riot. And then you have my KIZER Grazioso here that I did in conjunction with KIZER knives. So as you can see, I have a love for this style and brought it into my own style and my own flavor right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little design review. I hope to do more of these in the near future, and let me know what you guys think. Have a great one.